I'm Mike Kilburn.
And I'm Renee Joseph.
And boy, do we have a great show in store for you today. If you love coffee, wine, craft beer, bourbon, stay right there.
That's right, Mike. Get ready to experience some of the best Central Ohio has to offer. We're starting at Grandview Cafe's Round 2. Their goal is to bring you the most flavorful barbecue around with a taste that packs a punch.
That's right. And while you're there, you can check out some of their amazing craft cocktails and bourbon selection.
We have a large heated covered patio with a beautiful fire display. Inside we have large family custom U-shaped leather booths and glass lanterns, which make for an inviting and intimate setting. The brick herringbone pattern flooring was removed from the historic Trolley District along with a wood wall feature. And we have over 150 bottles of bourbon in-house. We are introducing a new menu this fall featuring some of our well-known favorites in addition to new, healthier options including handhelds, bowls, salads, and vegan options. We feature live music on Tuesdays and Thursdays throughout the spring and summer months in addition to trivia weekly. We host ticketed bourbon events featuring custom 5-course menus that have sold out quickly every time. And additionally, we host private events including bridal and baby showers, bachelor and bachelorette brunches, holiday parties, watch parties, corporate meetings, rehearsal dinners, and even wedding ceremonies and receptions. You can find us online at cafesround2.com. And social media is the same, cafesround2. And you can book events through craftedforyou.com.
We headed to the historic Trolley District and the East Market.
Yeah, this is a great new addition to Columbus. Aubrey Stevens told us about the site, its history, and what you're going to find when you visit there.
This site served all of the trolley cars for Columbus. Every building on the property served a purpose in maintaining or storing the trolley cars. The entire project is aligned with the needs of the state, county, and city, making it a great example of urban revival for the community. We started with the basics, covering everything from pizza to burgers. The selection process for the tenants really started on the local level. We had the largest selection of local food vendors in Columbus to create an entertainment district for the community. Columbus has always had such a robust food scene, and we covered everything from Greek and Moroccan to Korean and Creole, with so much in between. The Railhouse Bar serves as a public seating area as well as drinks for all of our patrons. We also have a speakeasy in the basement, Switch. Follow us on social media to get the password. The rest of the property houses a variety of different types of business, including the Switch Yard, where we hold all kinds of events. With all of the unique spaces on the property, we can host any kind of event, from office parties to baby showers. We could even have a wedding. You can find us at eastmarketcolumbus.com, where you'll find all of our social media handles for Facebook and Instagram, and even a contact us form.
Off we went to the Arena District where we found Goodwood Brewing.
That's right. And they say this is a great place to hang out either before or during the game. They're known best for their burgers, brunch, and brews.
Yeah, we're at Goodwood Columbus here in Arena District. What makes us so unique is that we're actually from Kentucky, and we make our own beer here on site. Right now we have a Vienna lager and tank that I'm super excited for, as well as we have our own scratch kitchen. We make our own hot sauces and our own bourbon. We actually have a big party planned for the grand opening of Columbus Blue Jackets, their first season opener on October 14th that we're super excited for. We're gonna have drink specials, food specials, a DJ. It's going to be a fun time. And then we also do trivia and brunch every week. Yeah, I would recommend our Bourbon Barrel Stout. It's perfect for the upcoming weather. We just put on our Oktoberfest as well. And then we also offer liquor and wine, so selections for everyone who's coming to Columbus. We came to Columbus to just hopefully expand and share our good beer and customer service to everyone here in the local area. So just super excited to get our name out there. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 9, and then on Friday and Saturday, we're open until 10 p.m. You can call us at 614-745-1186. Our address is 401 North Front Street. You can find us on social media with Instagram and Facebook, Goodwood Columbus.
Coming up, we visit the first brewery in Knox County.
That's right. They say it was around 1878-ish is when they were permitted to sell the draft beer that they created. Stay with us. Would you like your business to make an appearance on an upcoming episode of Out and About Columbus? Send your contact information to info@outandaboutcolumbus.com to learn more.
So Mike, Bridge Park is quickly becoming Dublin's go-to hotspot. And we went to one of its finest, Kona Craft Kitchen.
Yeah, we did. I had an opportunity to sit down with Frank Leary, the proprietor, and he told us all about this unique concept while enjoying a wonderful cup of coffee. You know, they even have a latte artist. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration for Kona.
Sure. We were always looking to build a restaurant at some point in our careers. And Stacy, my wife, and I took off and ended up in Hawaii and discovered Kona Coffee. And in my opinion, it's life-altering coffee. And we thought, well, here's an idea. We can come back and bring Kona Coffee right to Dublin, Ohio, and then have a pastry team that can, surround it with some incredible house-made pastries, hire an executive chef that can put together some incredible foods, and then round it out with some craft cocktails in a beautiful environment in Bridge Park.
Let's talk a little bit about the food and drinks and what makes them so delicious here at Kona.
All of the pastries we make in-house every single morning. We don't carry anything over from the night before. And then in terms of our kitchen, what we do is we bring in whole sides of fish that are flown in every single day from one of our neighbors. And we bring in whole chickens, and we fabricate everything down in-house.
Talk a little bit about your latte artist. I saw a leaf on top of the latte card. Beautiful.
Sure. So we hired an incredible cafe team to lead this program, and it's led by our cafe manager, Robin Myers. He's competed on the world stage for latte art, and he brings that to the table every single day. And then beyond the artwork that he does, he's a genius when it comes to developing our coffee program. We think there's a need or there's a niche that is not filled yet in Dublin to have a private dining area for guests to come in and reserve. And we can hold up to 36 people in our private dining room.
We'll give us some contact information, Frank, where we can learn more and stop and see. In the morning, man, stop in here and get some of the coffee, some of the fresh pastries.
We're located at 6757 Longshore Street. Our phone number, if anybody wanted to call, make reservations, I highly recommend it for the weekends, 614-502-5400.
Just down Riverside Drive and a few turns, you'll find the Grandview Cafe on West 3rd Avenue. They were voted one of the top 10 most beautiful restaurants in Columbus.
And not only that, Renee, they were voted the #1 neighborhood bar in Upper Arlington and Grandview. And we had an opportunity to talk to James Ball and learn why this place is so popular.
Grandview Cafe was founded in 1925. We're a historic neighborhood bar. We've been one of the top bars in Grandview and Upper Arlington for several years now. That's one of our big features. Another is our two-story patio. We can seat several people overlooking Grandview Avenue. We have several different food options, really good food, bar food. We have our wings. It's one of the top wings in the city. We have our Grandview Cafe burger, which is also one of the top burgers in the city this year, was voted one of the top burgers in the city. We also have the Grandview Cafe Old Fashioned, our Grandview Cafe, or our Cafe Punch, and we have a wide variety of beer, craft beer, and also several bourbons that we carry as well. We have trivia on Wednesdays from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Trivia sells out quick, so book your reservations, make reservations quickly and often. We tend to sell out every week. We're starting our Queen of Hearts drawing. Another feature is our sports. We have several TVs in-house, over 30 TVs where you can watch any local team that you'd like. One of the best sports bars in Columbus, and we love having people here on game day. We have a beautiful event space where we've had weddings, we've had reunions, graduation parties, office gatherings, get-togethers, holiday parties. You can call us on the phone, 614-725-1077. You can also get on our website, grandviewcafe.com. You can look us up on Facebook and Instagram at Grandview Cafe. Also, if you wanted to book or schedule an event, you could get on craftedforyou.com.
Zafik Brew Pub on East 5th Avenue in Italian Village also has a Java Central under its roof.
Yeah, and not only that, we learned about who their target market is and how those businesses play into the community. And while we were there, we even got a few tips on what's trending in craft beer.
We're at Zafik Brew Pub in Italian Village. Zafik's a place that anybody can come and have a good time and feel comfortable. We've got a great selection of food and beverages. We've got really nice elevated bar food. We have a great beer selection, all of which on tap. We have an excellent bourbon selection, a great cocktail list. So no matter what you're looking for, you can find something for you. So some of our most recent releases are our Oktoberfest, which is a Marzen. We've got it in a few different sizes. You can do the half liter or the whole liter. We've recently released a Scottish ale. It's called the Wee Heavy. It's got a lot of stout type of notes to it. So you get some of those coffee and chocolate flavors, but it's a little bit lighter body. On the other hand, we've recently released a peanut butter stout. Monday through Thursday, we're open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday, we're open from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. And Sunday, we're open from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Java Central Coffee Roasters is a local small batch roasting company with two community-focused cafes, one here in Zaftig and one up in Westerville, Ohio. As a company, we work a lot to promote sustainability for the coffee industry, and we also want to be a safe and welcoming space for any community that we're in. I would say any of our espresso beverages are amazing. We do a lot of more traditional espresso bar beverages that not every coffee company does, as well as some really good baked goods that are also baked locally, actually in our production facility as well. Specialty coffee drinks, it all comes down to the roast. We are a small batch roasting company, so we aren't roasting in very large batches, and we have a whole team in our roasting facility in Worthington that work to make the coffee taste great.
Coming up, we are heading to Hilliard to check out a locally owned brewing company.
That's right, it's located in old downtown Hilliard in the Center Street Market, and we hear it's a great place for large gatherings. Stay with us. Miss any of today's show? Now you can catch it all on the go. Just visit onacolumbus.com for past episodes and all of our latest content.
Stein Brewing was recently named Yelp's 2022 Diners Award. It was also named Restaurant to Check Out from the Ohio Restaurant Association for 2022.
Yeah, some great awards there. But you know what? We wanted to find out what makes Stein Brewing different and also their philosophy on hospitality.
Our brewery is very unique. When we decided to start this concept, we not only wanted to really concentrate on brewing great beer, but we wanted to marry it with food. And I think what really makes us stand out compared to a lot of other places you visit is our full-fledged kitchen that we have, led by Executive Chef Aaron Stevens and Chef Chris. I'm not sure there's a more unique setup for a bar, restaurant, brewery than us here in Mount Vernon. Here at Stein Brewing, we are on the first floor of the oldest authentic 19th century opera house in the entire country, which is actually located on the third floor of this building. So with that becomes some interesting obstacles on the historic side, where our tap room and brewery is on one side of the hallway, and then our restaurant is on the other side of the brewery, on the other side of the hallway. So you can have two different unique experiences by coming in and choosing your adventure. You can come sit in our tap room, or you can have a great meal over in our restaurant as well. Both beers and food are available on both sides. Chef Aaron and I go all the way back to high school, and we have been in hospitality for a long, long time. We have a lot of old school hospitality roots. So one of the things we take great pride in here in our town is bringing kind of a big city feel of what you'd have in like Columbus or Cleveland or Cincinnati to a smaller town like ours, because there's not a lot of small towns that have such a robust brewery restaurant experience as we do here at Stein Brewing Company. Easiest way is really to visit our website. Everything is on there. That's steinbrewco.com, steinbrewco.com. You can make reservations. You can learn about our Mount Vernon location. We also have a second location in Newark, Ohio, and do pretty much everything there.
Well, we want to give a big O&A shout out to Somewhere in Particular Brewing for hosting our segments today.
That's right, built on the same property of an Ohio historical landmark called the Henderson House.
Yeah, and they even feature a full kitchen where they have appetizers, pizza, and sandwiches. And you know what? They even have a yearly beer festival right here on the property.
We're at Somewhere in Particular Brewing Company. We were established in October 2018. Apart from other breweries, we have our own kitchen. I tell everybody if they're not coming here for a beer, they're coming here for one of our pizzas. We sit on 2 acres of land. We have well over 20 picnic tables. We have some side games like cornhole and giant beer pong. And we also just installed these outdoor TVs where you can watch all the Ohio State games, Browns, Bengals, or Steelers. We have a full 8-tap system in there, a full liquor bar, and we do all the catering through us. It typically goes the darker beer, higher ABVs to keep the customers warm. But for instance, I got a Buckeye Coffee Porter out right now. It's a darker beer, 7.1%. I also got an Oktoberfest out, 5.8%. I also got a Christmas ale coming out. Food that we got the French dip sandwich with the side of chips, our appetizer, which is the Bavarian pretzel. And our number one selling pizza is just our pepperoni pizza. The kick to it, though, they put a jalapeno honey glaze over it. July 30th, we threw our first beer festival, which we had 12 breweries out, including ourselves and one distillery. Just to name drop a few, we got Heart State Brewing Company, Nocterra, Wolf's Ridge, Dank House, and the distillery was High Banks. We sold 151 tickets this year, and $5 of every ticket went towards Children's Hospital. So we rose just over $1,000 for Children's Hospital. And we had a pretty well-known band here in Columbus out called the Nacho Band. So about half of them are doctors and nurses from Children's, so all the proceeds went towards them. If you want to rent the space, our party space, it's www.sipbrew.com. Our email's on there, and you can also reserve the event space as well, too.
Paul and Grace Kurtz founded Hemisphere Coffee Roasters 19 years ago with the mission to transform the coffee community through business.
That's exactly right, Renee. And they have something very unique. It's bourbon barrel aged coffee there. And fall flavors are now available. Paul explains.
Well, Paul, welcome down to Mount Columbus, and thank you for having us out to Hemisphere Coffee Roasters.
It's good to have you here.
Well, I'm enjoying this delicious cup of chai that you made me, and I got to tell you, this is the best thing I've ever tasted.
Yeah, we have it formulated for us in Seattle, and we love it. We have good reviews on that.
Oh my goodness, I'm in heaven here. It is beautiful in this little room, and it smells divine. Tell us what makes your coffee different.
Well, that's a good question because there's a lot of good coffee roasters. For us, it's working directly with the growers. I go directly myself to Nicaragua, to East Africa, to Southeast Asia, and work with the farmers to get their best crop, but also to help them be sustainable, help them create jobs, help them produce what the markets up here want. So we're helping farmers help themselves. We take unroasted green coffee, put it in freshly emptied Buffalo Trace bourbon barrels, fill them with coffee beans and roll them around every morning, every evening, and you get this oak wood with this caramely spice note of the bourbon. We work with grow cacao trees to provide shade for their coffee. It improves the coffee. And I would often ask them, what do you do with the fruit? And nothing. I'm a coffee farmer. So we began a project about 2 years ago of importing their cacao beans. We roast, we winnow, we grind to produce a fully tempered and molded coffee bar.
Paul, how can we find out more about Hemisphere Coffee Roasters?
The best way would be to our website, hemispherecoffeeroasters.com. And we have a Shopify store. You can get all of our products delivered right to your home.
We have what may be the best bourbon selection in Central Ohio, as well as the region.
That's right. This little out-of-the-way place is located in Delaware, where you will not believe the enormous selection of bourbon. As a matter of fact, it's one of 4 in the region. Stay with us if you're a bourbon lover.
If it's happening in Central Ohio, you can find it on our events page, onacolumbus.com. We'll give you detailed information on everything: arts, entertainment, education, sports, theater, and more. Go to onacolumbus.com and click on ONA Events. Crooked Can Brewing Company is located within the Central Market. They have a family-friendly patio as well as a pet-friendly patio.
That's right, Renee. And they have 7,000 square foot patio, 16,000 feet under roof, and 10 artisan food vendors with a great selection of food for you. And if that's not enough, add some fun activities and live music, and this place is a winner.
My favorite part is just the beer. I love craft beer. Our brewer, Zach, does an amazing job brewing the beer. And being part of the community, Central Ohio and Old Hilliard are doing some awesome stuff right now. The community has been great supporting us, and I just really enjoy working with people in the great community of Hilliard. Crooked Can, Ohio is a unique brewery. We have a whole market inside of our brewery with 10 food vendors. Gives you all different kinds of options of great food. We have 3 bars inside the brewery, and we offer all kinds of drinks, awesome craft beer, cocktails, wine, cider, and homemade seltzers made in-house by our great brewer, Zach.
The city is really going through a lot of growth right now, especially with business. So just being, at the forefront of that, bringing the community into Crooked Can and having a lot of community reaching out, having a lot of events here to help other businesses around the city. We have 16 tap handles in our tap room. 15 of those are ourselves. That we make here. One, we keep a guest cider on tap, so if people that have gluten intolerance, we have a cider available to them. We also produce a hard seltzer on site. Right now, we're in the midst of a fall swing, so we have our Dog Check Brown Ale that's out and our Burgermeister Oktoberfest, as well as some new things that are going to be coming out, as well as just number of other IPAs, ales, and lagers.
You can visit us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Our website is crookedcanohio.com. Phone number is 614-219-1500.
Bliss in a Bottle has a very unique concept. Imagine your favorite beverage covered in chocolate.
Yeah, whether it's craft beer or wine or anything, it makes a great gift. And they have some exciting news. They are actually opening a store in Easton very soon. We talked to Cheryl Shearer to learn about this move for her company.
There is always something exciting here, but this year we are opening at Easton, and we should be open by November 15th at the latest.
So why the move to a storefront?
This, as you know, was born as a mall kiosk concept. We'll be able to customize. We're going to have a low sugar section, vegan, just a lot more of the same, something for everyone.
You know what really gets me, and what's cool about this, and this is our beer and wine show, is that anything basic, any beverage you enjoy, from Coca-Cola to, the best bourbon in town, you can have wrapped in chocolate, right?
That's correct. This is the Bliss in a Bottle is the original luxury chocolate and beverage brand. And to that point, we dip sodas and juices for people who don't want alcohol. They're alcohol-free things that have been de-alcoholized. A lot of wine, a lot of beer, a lot of champagne. Any holiday life cycle event, special occasion, it really does. It suits anyone and any palate. And so I like using local breweries. I do carry some Ohio wines. Of course, the wines are sourced from all over the world. Sure. And chocolate comes from Belgium, but a lot of local ingredients. Crimson Cup is the coffee when we put espresso on a bottle. North Market Spices, we carry a lot of their items. They're perfect.
Now you're going to have delivery service coming up as well, right?
Yes, we do. Currently, we have local delivery. You can order online and pick up in store here. People do come in to shop here also. We've carved out this little retail space.
Well, give us some contact information, Cheryl, where we can learn more.
Okay, great. The website is blissinabottle.com. The phone number is 614-428-9463, and that spells wine.
Fall is here, and just a short drive to Worcester is Lincolnway Vineyards. It's the perfect time to find your wine time.
That's right, Renee. Whether it's socializing with friends or visiting with family, or you just want a quiet moment to relax, Lincolnway Vineyards is the perfect place to go.
Alex, welcome to Out and About Columbus. Thanks for having us out today.
Yeah, thank you.
Normally we're here talking with your dad, but it is a pleasure to have you on today.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about Lincolnway Vineyards for those of us who have never seen you on the show.
Yeah, so we're a family-owned and operated winery and vineyard. We make all of our own wines, and we have 3 of our gold medal and double gold medal wines with us here.
Well, tell us what makes these so special and why they won these awards.
So the special part about these are more than 75% Ohio wines, grown in the state of Ohio.
So Alex, what do you have going on for the fall?
So we have live music and food trucks every Friday and Saturday night, as well as hosting some private events ourselves. We also have some craft nights as well that a lot of winery goers are actually very interested in. So we rent out the tasting room as well as our event center upstairs.
Well, what can we look forward to this fall that's new than since the last time we've been out?
So this fall we're going to be re-releasing our hot mulled wine and hot spice cider.
Ooh, that sounds really good. Now, we're in your wine tasting room, I should say. You can also shop here, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Tell us what we can find in here.
So we have various wine signs, wine serving accessories, various wood wine rack holders, T-shirts from the winery, and various other items.
Well, tell everybody how we can find out more information about Lincolnway Vineyards so we can come up here and taste your wines, maybe experience an evening here with the food trucks and the music.
Yeah, so you can follow us on Facebook, Lincolnway Vineyards, or you can find us on our website at lincolnwayvineyards.com.
With its enormous whiskey and bourbon selections, as well as delicious food offerings, Oprah Grill and Tavern in Delaware is the best of the Mediterranean.
Yeah, that's right, Renee. And their bourbon bar is second to none. In the region, they're probably one of the best out there with their vast selection. We talked to Ginty. He showed us some of the high-end bourbons that you're going to find there. Do you know where you rank in terms of selection?
We are one of the best in Midwest. There is a publication in there that if you can check out, bourbonreview.com. So we are in Midwest, and there's only 4 places or 4 bars and restaurants from Ohio. We are one of the best. We just yesterday picked our 105th single barrel.
What are some of the most unusual bourbons that you have here?
This probably is one of my favorites right now, Michter's 20. I mean, but we don't only carry bourbon, we'll carry different type of scotches. Like this is like another favorite of mine, Glenlivet 25. Another fantastic bottle that would just come in. Those are like, I enjoy those ones. This is a 56-year-old Scotch, and I do believe
56 years old?
A little older than me, yes. Those ones are also very limited bottles, like all bottles. So those ones will come between 700 and 1,000 bottles for the whole world. So if you get one, you get one. If you don't get one, you don't get one.
I think last time I was here, I asked you, what's the most expensive shot you got in the house?
Are you buying or?
I doubt it. I don't think my credit limit's that high.
There are some expensive bottles in here, but I do believe the most expensive one right now that I have on the shelf, if my memory serves me correctly, probably is this one at $400 an ounce and a half.
So outside of that, you got great bourbon, great selection, but you also have great food. Let's talk a little bit about that.
We have a good Mediterranean food with a little American kick. You know, we sell a lot of gyros in here. We sell a lot of pasta. Our hamburgers are good.
Well, give us some contact information where we can come up, enjoy the selection of bourbon, and check this out.
18 South Sandusky, Delaware, Ohio. You always can find us on our social media, on Instagram and Facebook. Our phone number in here, if anybody has questions, is 740-363-7283.
A little bit out of the way, but we're worth the drive. Well, we hope you enjoyed today's show and you found some places that you want to visit. And remember, if you missed any of today's show, you can always go to our website at onacolumbus.com. That's where you can find past shows. And be sure to follow us on Facebook. Renee, what's coming up next week?
Well, next week, it's all about fall family fun. We visit pumpkin patches, even corn mazes, and we visit the Mansfield Reformatory to escape from blood prison.
So be sure to watch. Until next time,
have a great week.